Hello, everybody, and welcome to Political Hubbub 101. I'm your host, Evan Hunt. Now, we have much breaking news. So, tonight I am joined by my panel of Senator D4 Harvey Long, Vice Chairman and D7 Rep Terrell McCann Jr., MEC Press owner Logan Rabe, and BOD member and D2 Senator and DNC Chairman candidate Andrew Dominguez.
And Senate Majority Leader and President Pro Tempore of the Senate.
Oh my gosh, bureaucracy at its worst.
Hey, look, that's just so many elected positions, folks. Anyway,
oh my gosh.
Hey, don't worry, Andrew. I'm not going to roast you on here, so.
Okay, now let's start the news reel. I have compiled a list of stories. We're going to go through each of them, mainly the presidential.
Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Folks, it's fake news. It's Donald Trump here is fake news.
Okay, that is funny.
MEC News, the most trusted name in news.
Someone add this into the chat? Can someone add this, the YouTube link? Actually, I will. What?
Listen, folks, MEC News, the best news. Okay.
My screen sharing ain't working.
Also, shout out to Evan's political channel for having us on here. Appreciate you.
Screen share is not working. In the meantime,
between time, let's get to the traffic. How's the traffic, Andrew?
It's fine. It's good.
Thanks, Andrew.
It's fast.
That's good for the traffic. All right, let's go to the weather. How's the weather, Logan? I'm sorry, not Logan. How's the weather, Evan?
Good. Clear skies. Okay. My screen sharing ain't working.
Your screen sharing is not working. It is not.
So, Terrell, can you please do the honors by screen sharing?
Screen sharing what?
Type in news footage, the young pundit X13.
I'm not on my computer.
How do I?
They know the video. You all visualize saying peaches and all that.
I don't know why it's not working.
All right. Well, I just want to say, you guys, this election night is wrapping up. We're awaiting the results. We'll possibly be waiting a while into the overnight hours for some projections. Is that correct, Andrew?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Andrew, what was your estimate on when the electoral map will be released?
I think in electoral vote count, San Martinez will be around 100 electoral votes, and Proud Georgian will be around
we have
300.
Is there, Mr. Dominguez, is there an estimate when the electoral map will be coming out?
Tomorrow, and that's my estimate. We are trying to decide the hour. And first of all, we need Ethan Kelly to be active.
Here is our news reel.
Or
your news feed is so bad. You have like a gorilla
to let us make the map all together.
Here we go.
At least at that time. Okay.
Democratic nominee San Martinez has lost. Winning nominee Myra Olabote is in second, but it's also behind. A Proud Georgian is leading. Andrew Dominguez is leading in the DNC chairman race. Senator Wong will seek re-election. Mason Brown will likely be his challenger. And progressives are growing. Myra Olabote beating the Democratic nominee has stirred a big debate. Progressives are growing. I am now joined by my panelists, which consists of, as I said, MEC Press owner Logan Rabe, Senator D2 DNC chairman candidate Andrew Dominguez, vice chairman and DC 7 Representative Jerome McGann Jr., and Senator Wong.
And don't forget, and Senate Majority Leader Andrew Dominguez. And
again,
DOD member Andrew Dominguez.
Again.
President pro tempore of the Senate. And DNC.
Oh my God.
And was former candidate for DNC vice chairman. And is not going to seek re-election for District 2.
Oof, that's news. Some big news for us. So, all I'm gonna say is bureaucracy at its worst.
The speaker. Okay, Mr. Senate Majority Leader, the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
What? Wait.
Hey, Ivor.
Hi. Hello. How are you?
Ivor, how are you, bud? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yes, in a while, in a day or two, I believe.
It's been more than 2 days.
There was more than 2 days. How?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But anyway, Mr. Speaker, how you been? How's your health? First off, how's your health?
I'm good. Why? How's my? Oh yes, because I was sick. I forgot. I forgot. I returned to my normal life. I think on Wednesday, so I'm good. I forgot that I was even sick. I'm good. My health's good. I'm good. I'm feeling good. I hope that majority of Mac or 100% of Mac is feeling good. I haven't seen so much toxicity in the last, let's say, 5 days, and that's a good positive thing.
They all happy now because Georgian's probably going to be president. So
no, Georgian is already president. Okay, no doubts about that.
I love what you're saying already.
So this is big news.
So actually, it seems a proud Georgian has gone down around 5 points throughout the day. He was peaking in the 70s, but he's gone down to the lower 60s. We can project that Cameron Scott and Sam Martinez will probably not be the next president. And Mayo Bode, however, just for checking fraudulent votes, it's a very long shot opportunity.
We can now project Mayo Alabode won't win either. So
wait, Georgian won 538 electoral votes.
No, fake news.
Oh, it's all tied or it's all gray because of Georgian?
It's gray because there's no projections.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting reports that this live stream is on restricted mode. Is that
actually, Terrell? The gray means tied.
No, in that case, the map has been like that.
Look in the legend. It says
no,
blue.
It is not. The gray for tied is too dark. It's undecided.
Okay, yeah, let the expert Logan Rape, who made that wonderful website, Logan. So what does that gray mean?
So I apologize for the confusingness of the map. I just pulled a random one off. It just means there are no results have been reported, and we will not be doing that map until the board of directors makes the map. And nor will I be filling in the state results until the board of directors releases the map, because we want to have the right results, and not have to change them.
They didn't come on the show. So do you think that a proud Georgian outperformed expectations? Oh, you have to be kidding me. Go on. Sorry, I just have one viewer and I'm finished.
Okay, well, first off, I want to say this. To all you Georgian supporters, I know you all are happy. Congratulations on your win, you all. No offense to Georgian, he really didn't have to work that hard for it, but it was a good race while it lasted.
Probably should be president.
What?
Orrin Mulcahy, honestly, was probably going to be the next president, It was really Orrin Mulcahy.
Debatable.
How did it go from Orrin Mulcahy versus?
Well, let me tell you why did it came from Orrin
wait.
Mulcahy. So let me
have
tell
an
you a
important-
story of Democratic primaries.
Oh
so
Lord.
we have Orrin Mulcahy announcing it. So in the first days of Delaney presidency, a few days later, Tom Kirkman announces both vice presidential picks are announced in next week. And what do we have? A very close and very interesting race in the first weeks of President Delaney's. In presidency of what do we have? Incumbent President Delaney. And Orrin soon left Mac. Then Tom was on opposing primary. Then Dank activated his campaign. Orrin came back. He ran as a Green. After that, he again rejoined the Democratic Party. He became Dank's VP. Orrin dropped as Dank's VP. Dank dropped. The Gaming is Live announced that he is running. He announced that Jordan is his VP. Then, a few hours later, Sam Martinez announces. And again, a few hours later, Sam Martinez announces his VP. Gaming is Live drops out by joining the Republican Party on Friday. And then we have Saturday and Sunday primaries, where Sam Martinez won by one vote, and that was a very controversial primary election. After that, board of directors redoes the ballot. Ivor M drops from the.
Here we go. All right,
Ivor M drops from the campaign, and because of the division and it not being and the campaign being toxic and divisive, not uniting. Tom Kirkman drops out. Sam Martinez becomes the nominee because he was unopposed. And what do we have then? That's it. Sam Martinez and Michael Walker winning the nomination.
Can I just say, making a joke here? Wonder how much I'm going to be blamed for the Democrats losing this election this time.
Well,
they're going to be blaming pretty soon. They're going to be playing the blame game, folks. Pretty soon. They're going to be, oh, you know, we didn't have a good candidate. That's why we lost. Well, no, we had a good candidate. You all just decided not to rally behind them. And that's the real truth. And you all can quote me on that too. Anyway,
actually, I would like to dispute the opinion that Sam Martinez was a good presidential candidate. He was not. If you
that's completely false. That's completely false.
You came in at third place against a Green Party candidate.
Yeah, because if he's a Green Party, he's splitting the Democratic vote. So you can't go based off polling and saying, "Oh,
Georgian got a lot of conservative Democrats and moderate Democrats.
Let me finish.
Just wait. He has a progressive appeal. My one has a progressive appeal.
You can have another Green Party member, and there'd still be vote splitting. So the opinion wait. Let me finish. The opinion that if Mayowa Olabode, since Mayowa Olabode was running, he vote splitted. Of course he was. Because many other Green candidates have done the same thing in previous elections. There's nothing different about Mayowa Olabode.
Well, the claim that you made was completely, as Donnie T would say, wrong.
Wrong.
You're going based off of numbers. Look, numbers don't say if a person's a good candidate or not. If a voter feels that the person
that's your opinion.
Well, it's not only my opinion, but it's the truth.
No, it isn't. Because if you're saying that you're
excuse me. Please let me speak.
You're not speaking.
Please let me speak.
Okay, then speak.
In my opinion, it's a good candidate. So you can go ahead and speak.
Something happened? Sure, dude. Looks like we're gonna hopefully be getting done. Why did
Okay.
So I know we'll go on. Just quickly, we're gonna come back to this. But while I have you here, Andrew, you are running for DNC chairman and is leading in a hypothetical poll. With Evan Hunt running for vice chairman, that may give you some more votes. How do you feel about leading in a poll?
Look, it's just a poll. It doesn't say anything about how good chairman I could be. Doesn't say anything about how bad I can be. Doesn't say anything about my record. It's just a poll, and the fact that I'm leading some people, it's I feel good, more confident per se, but it's just one poll. We need to see how this race goes on. I am confident I can get most of the Democrats vote, and well, that's it.
Well, you know what?
We can win.
You know, I'm just gonna say, this DNC chairman race is gonna be an interesting one, although it's way out. Still, good chance to get a jump on things. Polls are polls. Polls may have you leading one day, but you may be trailing the next day in a different poll.
Exactly.
So, polls are not always going to be that accurate. I've been hearing a lot of things. I've been hearing a lot of people say, "Oh, you should run for chairman. Oh, you should run for chairman." Interesting. There's been also questions on if I will run for re-election as vice chairman. I'm taking all things into consideration right now, so no deals are off the table. So we'll just have to tune in and see what happens with Vice Chairman McCann.
I think you have a potential run. I think.
For what?
For chairman.
We'll see what happens.
We don't know yet.
Not to mention a Nazi is
He's not a Nazi. He's a Democrat.
A conservative Democrat. Nazi to some progressive.
Oh, did Jackson truly say that progressives are cancer?
My gosh, Jackson says many things.
Well, is he correct? That's a different story.
Look, he said some. Well, apparently, I don't know if this happened or he was blamed for that, but he said something that made him pay bigly.
What he got accused of saying something?
Not in Mech. Not in Mech. You
I know what you're talking about in real life.
Yes. It's awful.
Guys, I got a guy to sponsor this show, and I was wondering if you guys would like to hear it.
I got Coca-Cola. I got a Coca-Cola sponsor in Mech News. What's the difference?
Oh, well, I got
Coca-Cola fresh.
Also got CNN, BNN, and also TNN, Trump News Network. So, you know.
Wait, Terrell. This is TNN.
Turn that shit off.
This is Mech News, the most trusted name in news.
Like everyone else does.
Okay.
Excuse
Goodbye. This is not.
No. We'll stop.
Wait, Evan, stop this because he will leave. So let's be more serious, if y'all please.
All right, back to what I was saying about the Democratic nominee. Yeah, I just want to know how much I'm going to be blamed for why the Democrats lost this election. I feel it's going to be a good number. Or I feel leadership is going to be blamed in general because we get blamed for everything that happens in the Democratic Party. So, hey, why not?
Okay. So, I guess my next question, if anybody...
I have questions.
All right, Harvey, why don't you throw a question into the ring?
How was y'all's days?
It was
my day is good. I feel like I'm gonna be blamed for some crap later on.
At the request of one of our viewers, they would like this appropriate segment to be shared, if you do not mind. They said they would not watch if we did not hear it. Then went to the local dance. We need to clean up the hot sauce. Clean up the
We need to drain the swamp.
Okay, I'm sorry. That person just said. They said I am begging you to show that clip. That's for you, Nadine.
Evan,
You'll be flawed with candidates.
Okay, Andrew, what is your plan as DNC chairman if you're elected? Drain the swamp.
What I have planned. Yeah, exactly. Then
is one of your plans to
establish our good old fair elections committee that the BOD made. Establish it in the Democrats. We're trying to see how to appoint them, how to do them. So yeah, that's my plan for now. To be honest, I have to continue thinking on more plans, and if I cannot, I will drop out.
Is one of your plans to drain the swamp?
Drain the swamp.
Damn, guys. Shout out goes to election prediction official, man.
No. Don't shout yourself out.
We have 1K, man.
In each of you, voters and Democratic DNC chairman, I have not plans yet. So wait till I have a more detailed, broader plan to. Before voting me, because you cannot vote for me without knowing what the heck I will do. Just saying.
Also, to all you folk out there, I'm holding a Terrell McCann town hall tomorrow, live from Mech News. If you all like to attend, please DM me. Thank you.
Why don't we do it on Political Hub 101? Could Political Hub 101 also sponsor?
You see.
But also, we have a little more to discuss. I want to talk about progressive movement. Do you think that the progressives are having an uprising?
What I think that progressives have, what progressives proved with this election is that if they unite, if they vote for their candidates that are closest in ideology to them, they can easily win about 20% of the vote and even more, because we know that some progressives voted Martinez, even some progressives voted Georgian. What I think is that we have a powerful progressive voting bloc, about 25% in my opinion, and they are a powerful voting bloc. And anyone who should run needs to recognize that if they want to win. That's just a strategy. But are they on a roll? Are they going uphill or downhill? I don't know. We will have to see. Justice Democrats community is kind of dying.
Well, can I just say something? Yeah. We have. I'm gonna say this. You have good candidates in the race. You have bad candidates in the race. A lot of the candidates in this race, 9 times out of 10, most, if not all, of the exception of one, was a good candidate. Just some came up short, as why. Some came up short. So we, the Democratic Party is going to have a lot of rebuilding. We have a lot of rebuilding to do. After this election, we haven't been beaten this bad since season 12, when we had, Jackson Hitchcock as our nominee. So we're going to have a lot of rebuilding in the DNC. Like I said, part of the rebuilding will come tomorrow. Immediately tomorrow, we're gonna get right to work. um, and doing some stuff. So we need some. We've rebuilt, and look, I'm gonna say this. We have come too far to give up. We have come too far to be torn down. This DNC that we inherited when we first got it in our hands. I'm gonna say this. Before, it was not all that great. You had Democrats switching to Republicans. You had Democrats turning against their nominee, voting for the Republican. And then when we come in, first term, we lose the Senate badly. No seats in the Senate. All right. We come along later in the first term, we take all 7 seats in the House. So it's very interesting. Second term hasn't been all will we make it out to be, but we're just gonna have to do some self-reflection and self-rebuilding. You understand what I'm saying? Ivor?
Yes.
Do you have anything you want to say?
Well, I think that all I did in that primary, and at the end me dropping out due to division and toxicity, just proves that if I, who tolerate a lot of things, who is at least trying to be nice with everyone, good with everyone, who's trying hard, as many other people, if I drop out, if I say this is too much, and it is really, really too much, because I saw many dramas, many toxicity situations, many stabbing in the back, but this was one of the highest. This was one of the most controversial mech events in my mech career. This was one of the most, let's say, interesting divisions of the party. I hope that this will be same as in season 12, and the next season we will hopefully have a landslide.
Well, a proud Georgian is still a Democrat. We have to remember that.
Yes, he ran as independent. Evan, you ran as independent and later caucused with the Democrats.
I do not caucus. I am a Democrat. I switched, just like Landon Shui did to the Republicans.
Okay, good. That's true. But you forget that 3 out of 4 candidates were Democrat.
And actually, I do just have to say.
And 2 out of 4 VP candidates, 3 out of 4 VP candidates were Democrats.
Okay,
Again,
so
we had we have 2 100% Democratic tickets, and we had one 50% and other also 50% Democratic.
Actually, a fun fact.
Wait.
Fun fact. This is actually one of the first races in MEC where all of the candidates were actually Democrats at one point.
You forget that Cameron Scott is a Democrat.
Cameron Scott was a Democrat back in the early days of MEC. And Sam Martinez is a Democrat. Olabode was a Democrat. And Origin was a particular Democrat, but it seems like this race he's running as an independent. So this is a race where most of the nominees are Democrat or were Democrats at one point.
But just look at how this pattern.
Technically, all of them were at one point of time Democrats, if they aren't Democrats now.
But just look at these 3 candidates. You have the progressive wing with Maya Olabode, the moderate wing with Sam Martinez, and the more conservative Democratic wing with a proud Georgian. So this shows you how the Democratic base is broadening, and we have to adapt this party to it. Many conservatives don't feel represented in the Democratic Party. That's
but do you know something?
This is not your fault. Okay, but this is not your fault. Some conservatives just don't feel attached with democratic values. They don't feel with. They feel that you have a lot of progressives, too many progressives. So this shows you how the Democratic Party may be split in itself. This may be a huge opportunity in the Republican Party, which is smaller, has growing turnout, and it's not dividing. It's holding its conservative values.
Also, guys, breaking news.
Yes.
Trey Cranfield, Republican chairman, was supposed to, I believe he resigned today.
Yes.
So,
I think that him
I
mentioned
heard Roman
that.
Thaddeus was going to replace him.
correct, because Roman was Roman is vice chairman, or now chairman.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, just to say,
I don't think that Republicans, just let me say something. I don't think Republicans are splitting up. We will have to see. Both parties are divided, but the success of both parties will depend on their work and on the next House and Senate elections, and how will both sides manage to work. We know Republicans have some seats in the Senate, but I believe that due to many
one seat.
retirements in the House, Democrats won't be
Dominic
able to
plus
win
Well,
all 7 seats.
Just remember, I haven't decided on if I'm running for re-election or not. So,
Well, I think that no election or re-election of anyone will influence that. It's just the fact you have Nathan Brown retiring, you have me retiring from the House,
Going to the
running
Senate,
for
though.
Senate. Yes, both of running for Senate.
You heard it here.
Ricky Adams isn't running, but John Lampros is also a strong candidate. Maybe Irish Pennsylvanian is more than likely to run in District 6. In District 7, we will have an interesting battle.
we don't know who's going to be in that
I
one
also
yet.
want to bring
That's
up
true, because we have former chairman now, Cranfield, and current
It's just
vice chairman of
hypothetical.
Democratic Party. We will have to see. That's just a speculation. In House D3, my district, I don't know, is Roman Thaddeus going to run? Rafael Munguia dropped out. Former President Uberfeld is considering a run. And in District 2, Jayant Karturi, he will now become Vice President Karturi.
Yeah, so he will be resigning.
Yes, and that means a new representative will be sworn in. I know that Mish Fox is running for Democratic nomination, and
No, he's running as independent.
No, James.
he's running.
Mish
He's
is
running as
running
Democrat,
as a Democrat.
and please, he's running as Democrat. And I know Tom Kirkland is running as independent, and I don't know, is anyone running on the Republican side. District 1, Joe Lopez said he won't run. We don't know for Claudio Aleman. Eden Fitzgerald, the incumbent representative, did not announce anything. And we will have to see what will happen. But from what I have seen, Democrats will manage to win. Oh, I forgot House D4. I didn't know any declared candidate for House D4.
Adam Evans is expected to run, and
yes, expected, but I am saying about declared candidates.
I also cannot believe I am saying this, but for the first time ever, or not the first time, but for a while, I think Dems can get a 6-0 majority in the Senate, because I crunched up some numbers at Political Hub 101. What I found is in D1, Benjamin Asher and Dank are both Democrats, kind of. However, Dank ain't really one. But Dems could get 6 seats in the Senate, and here is why. D1, you have Benjamin Asher. Benjamin Asher really wants a seat, and Dank has not been active. You don't have a Republican running. If Benjamin beats Dank, KO, that's a flip. D1. D2, Ivor M is uncontested, very popular. D3, you have me. Adam the Nerd said he would not run under a Republican, instead running under an indie for quote never mind. Sorry. But he is running, and Jacob Tawney is a presumptive Republican nominee. Jacob Tawney ran for House against Ivor and lost.
Bigly.
Bigly, but Ivor.
Bigly.
Big leagues.
But Ivor is very renowned, popular.
I mean, that's a fact.
He did lose bigly.
Believe me, that's the fact.
Believe me.
If I can hold Adam and Jacob, I can win D3 and retain it. D4, Nathan Brown and Harvey. That's going to be a race up to the bone, in my opinion. Because both Harvey and Nathan are very likable. Harvey, do you want to comment on D4?
He's going to say he's going to win re-election.
Yeah, I'm going to win re-election. Goodbye.
See, didn't I say that? All right. Well, I'm going to say this. I believe Nathan Brown is the only candidate for District 4 Senate in the primaries, correct?
Yes, since Ricky Adams.
Yes, Ricky Adams dropped out.
So, to you, Harvey, I wish you best of luck. You're going to have a tough road ahead of you.
I think he's going to have a tougher road than I do.
You're going to have a tough re-election.
Yeah, and D5.
Nathan Brown is likable amongst the entire Democratic Party.
That's true. A little bit disputable because I think I'm also very likable amongst the Democratic Party.
Considering you switch parties every 2 months.
Every 3 months. Get that
I'm
right.
sorry. I'm off by a month.
Actually, that's every 3 months, but thanks for lying.
You're welcome.
Fake news. Okay,
you're
let's
fake
stop
news.
with fake news. In the Senate District 5, we don't know, will incumbent Senator Martinez run for re-election? But I know that Joseph McDaniel is running. I think so. And we will see if anyone will declare.
Well, let me just say this. Don't also forget, I am trying to see if Sam is running for re-election or not. I don't know. I could be possibly giving a run for District 5 Senate. Who knows?
Yes, but we have a Republican candidate, Aaron Steeman or Stammen. However,
yeah, that's not hard, but okay.
I wonder.
Anyway,
and District 6 now it is more than likely that Michael Walker, former representative of that district, is going to run.
Yeah. And that is what I
District 6. We don't know will Max Finland return and run for that seat. We don't know will Chris Miller run. We don't know. There are many people in that district, especially in Mac, and we will have to see who will run for what. From what I know, we have about 3 to 5 new Democrats, new fresh people in Mac running for Senate District 6. So it will be very interesting to see, especially Democratic primary with so many candidates, and later general election where we don't know even if Republicans have any candidate. I really don't know, but I think that yes, there's a good chance of Democrats winning, swiping the Senate, but losing some seats in the House of Representatives.
Yeah, and this is what I mean. This would be like the first time in a very long time that D6, ever since Delaney, it would be blue if Michael Walker won, because people say he could beat Gaming and Dominic. And here's my reasoning. After we had Chico, his first round of Gaming dropped out before the actual race. Next wave, Evan Hunt got I got swamped, mainly because Chico was one of the gods in Mech, but also because it was a Republican wave. Like Ethan Fitzgerald lost, and that was a bad day for them.
If the election comes down to it being Michael Walker versus Dominic Hawks-Hawley, don't forget, Michael is deputy chairman of the DNC. And
he is very likable.
Yeah.
I honestly think the race that will come down to the wire is D3 and D4.
Yes.
Especially with Adam the nerd. I don't know which one would be more competitive.
Let me just introduce you with some facts. Last Democratic senator from District 6 was David Delaney, as we said. He retired in January. On January 29th, his seat became red, and since then, in Senate season 4, 5, 6, we had Republicans, 3 Republican senators, conservative Chico, 1.5 term. He resigned to become VP. Then we had Max Finland. Half of she was appointed to finish Chico's term. Then she won re-election. Then she left Mac, and then you had Dominic Huxley being appointed. So yes, it has been right. So 3 Republican senators, but we forget that it still isn't so bad. Last Democratic senator there was in January, almost February, so it isn't so bad. It isn't like District 4 House before Nathan Brown came. It was all red since the beginnings. As District 7 House has been Libertarian once, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times blue, if I'm not wrong. Yes, 5 times blue. So
I had something to do with that.
Yes, Representative Kennedy.
You all are welcome for me running 2 times. Really appreciate it.
Darrell, but you didn't win even a majority. You didn't even win all Democratic votes.
That's true, but I still won.
That's true.
Hey,
So
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Here's the problem.
Analyzing and looking at the data, Senate election, Dan Canderwood.
No, here's what people underestimate at. They can say, "Oh, you won by 1 vote the first time you ran." 1 vote. If you win by 1 vote, you still win. A win is a win, regardless. No matter if it's by 1 vote, no matter if it's by 2 votes, a win is a win.
So guys,
this Senate race is going to be interesting.
So I think Michael will win, but just pick a number. D3 or D4? Closer.
D4 is going to be definitely close.
Which one? D3 or D4 though? Closer.
5.
D4.
Andrew?
3.
Ivor?
5.
The closest race will be District 3.
I agree with you, Bar.
And who do you think has a slight advantage?
This is something. District 4. It will be narrow, but it wouldn't be down to the wire as it would be in District 3, especially because Adam the Nerd is running and he is a Libertarian Democrat or Rockefeller Republican, and he will take votes from both sides, especially because we know that Evan Hunt has, I won't say many, but he has a respectable number of people who don't like him within his own party.
For crying out loud, he beat Louis Allen, the incumbent District 3 senator.
Wait, let me finish.
Louis Allen was
he was inactive, though.
Louis Allen. There was even a write-in campaign. He won.
And Jacob Taney is
incumbent senator that was inactive. That's true. Inactive in Mac. But still, that is something worth of applauding. But I mean, at the end, District 3 will be very close because it will mainly depend on incumbent senators' job. District 4 will also depend on Harvey's job, but not as much as District 3 because you have Jacob Downey. He can unite at least 90% of them Republicans behind him. But there are some issues I know from my own run against Mr. Downey that there are some
I will say this.
he isn't too strong on. So we will have to see. District 3 will be very, very close. While
I'm
District
just gonna
4,
say,
not so much.
I'm gonna say I rate District 4 as Harvey won't agree. I know he won't. I rate District 4 as it's toss up leaning brown. That's what I would rate that. Toss up leaning brown right now.
Well, I think
Slightly though.
I think Nate could easily
I'm
win.
telling you, if I lose the Senate race,
oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, if I lose the Senate race, I'm leaving back.
Quit being a baby.
Also, can I say something? Everybody thought that D3 was going to be the closest race of last time, including Ivor. And
I thought that.
I love how you put the emphasis
I
on
didn't thought
Ivor.
it will be close. I said it will be close until we saw that Louis Allen was inactive. Then it was very, very, very
not making
easy
by
to know that it is likely Hunt. And it was at the end
I
that
also was
margin.
new to D3, very new to D3, and not extremely likable, versus someone who is pretty likable but inactive. So it kind of balanced out at the end. Also, here's another thing. Everybody thought that Sam Martinez was going to win D5 with comfort. He did not win by comfort. He still won big, but it was honestly the closest race. So no one really knows. And here's another thing, and why. Here's what I've learned about pre-estimated polling. Don't look at the numbers. And here's a mistake I did. Polling can be accurate, especially with big sample sizes. But look who is voting. Is it new, especially in minus 20 polls? Is it people who are keep voting? Let's say, I'm not saying this person is ever supported. Let's say Joe Lopez. Let's say Joe Lopez votes for me, and I'm keep leading in polls because Joel keeps voting for me. But that's because it's the same people. There's always silent majorities out there. And this time, there was a silent majority for Mayo. Even though he lost, he still got 13 votes. He was getting 2 votes, him and Harvey, in the poll. So
No, that's not true. He was getting about 7 or 8.
Really? Well,
Yes.
well, still, he got 13. And he's probably... I can say that, at this rate, Mayo will probably get 15 ballots. He probably will. And Georgian's probably going to get 45. Mayo is probably going to get 15. And Sam's going to probably get 12. Because Sam's not even on. So that's... I can already tell you, I believe it's 9 ballots now because Michael Walker became active. But here's my thing. We have so many outcomes in that. So many different outcomes. Now, the DNC has the spotlight right now, and this was right after the R. The Republicans may have the majority of the Senate, but they did face a major relapse a couple weeks ago. So as you can see, stuff switches and switches. And with Georgian becoming president, Georgian or Mayowa, we haven't called it yet, our affiliate press did.
Mayowa ain't become president. I mean, David Delaney won with less votes than Georgian did.
We can...
then Georgian is winning now.
There could be 25 fraud votes for all we know.
No, there's not.
And the little green monsters give on mark. But as I was saying, if Georgian...
Oh, yeah. Some people who were saying D4 was going to be close, Harvey dropped out. Like
What?
50 seconds ago.
What? Oh my god, Harvey!
Wow.
Harvey, really? Harvey?
Not kidding.
Oh, come on.
Harvey just
Yes,
said that if he
I
lost, he
did.
was leaving Mech.
Yes, I did. I did in fact.
He's running for D1.
Dropping out of District 4 Senate, and I've also announced in the same post that I'm gonna be running for District 1 Senate.
What? You just. Oh my god.
So that's gonna be a flip. Before now, Nathan Brown is gonna win. You heard it here, folks. Senator Wong will not be seeking re-election. Do not listen to the newsreel 10 minutes ago that said he is. He's not.
He will seek a weird kind of re-election.
That brings
Well,
a new definition to real-time news here at MEC.
All right. Well, I just want to say, this has been a great session of fake news. I'm just kidding.
Fake news.
My last thing that I want to talk
Fake
about.
news. Fake. Wrong.
Before we go,
Wrong.
and it's kind of an essential question
China.
that we humans have to ponder. Ooh, wow, that sounded philosophical. Philosophical. Okay. My point is, and it's kind of like, because in social studies class, like, we have essential questions. My essential question is, what do you think the future of America is? Do you think Democrats will dominate, Republicans will? Or do you think there's going to be something else, like a third party there?
Well, I'm just gonna say this. Again, we don't know. We don't know what the future holds. Our job, I believe, at the end, our job is to try to make a bigger and brighter future for us. That all starts with being unified, not only as parties, but as Americans as a whole. We have to learn to be, we have to respect each other's ideals, because you have to admit, you're not going to have the same views and opinions that another person might have. We're all unique in our different ways. So the future of MEC is up to us. I'm not going to talk too much about the future, because if I'm being very realistic here, we don't know. We honestly don't know what can happen. We don't even know if we're going to be here to see the future. So,
What's that supposed to mean?
Trey,
Is the world ending, Terrell?
What?
Is the world ending?
You need to talk to God about that.
Well, you just said that we may not be here to see the future, so that was very.
I said we don't know if we will be here to see the future.
Yeah, exactly. That's implying that the
meaning
world
we don't know if we're going. I'll talk to you separately, Trey.
Okay.
Because you ain't learned yet.
So we have two competitive candidates potential candidates for D5 Senate. Terrell and Trey.
Whoa! I'm not running for D5 Senate.
I said potential, never said it was for sure.
Oh, okay. Well.
So, my last thing is, I don't just say memorialize, but I want to make a memorial, mainly. Kind of a service.
For what?
Max Finland was a D6 senator and the Republican president.
Oh, Max?
Max may also be the reason why Georgian is president. For dropping out created this open. I want to wonder, and I want to all go around and say some words about Max.
Can I start?
Okay, Trey, you can start.
Okay. Well, when I came to MEC a long, long time ago, all the way back in late 2017, Max wasn't here. It was pretty boring. I didn't do much. In January, Max came along. I thought she was a guy. She wasn't.
Oh!
Trey!
Max, if you're listening to this, I just want you to know that we miss you. That's
okay. I'm not done. So, like I said, she came along in January. We talked. I found out she was in fact not a guy, and she was pretty cool. So, going later on down the road, I think it was March. Yeah, it was March 16th, in fact. Matthew resigned as honorary chairman, and I became chairman. And Max asked me, I believe she asked me if No, maybe I asked her if she wanted to be vice chairman. Anyway, I appointed her vice chairman. She was a fantastic vice chairman.
Vice chairwoman.
Chairwoman. Sorry, my bad. She's not a man. I thought I clarified that.
Can I just know Can I just note that this presidential election has absurdly low turnout?
Okay, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. So, moving past that, I think it was later on where D6 in the David Delaney administration, people had to leave Congress, or the Senate, I should say, to be cabinet members. And I had to appoint somebody for District 6 Senate. And that was Max. And during her time as a senator for D6, she was probably the most active senator, arguably the most active senator, if not the most active person in the entirety of Congress for Mac.
No, not the most active person.
Forget it. Forget
it. That's fake.
You're fake news. You're fake news. You're wrong. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, folks. Get him out. You're fired. Get him out.
Drain the swamp.
We're gonna drain the swamp. Get him out. He's fired.
Moving past that.
He's fired.
A few weeks ago, Max started her candidacy for president. Something that we didn't expect, something that she said that she wasn't going to do, something I didn't expect. And luckily, she chose me to be her vice presidential pick, and I was honored. So, we were running for president and vice president. And all of a sudden, well, actually, before that, Max actually left Mac, deleted her account for the first time, and I had to take her out of everything. She was my vice chairman. I took her out of that. She was a District 6 senator. I took her out of that. Man, was she mad at me.
Well, you couldn't took her out of nothing.
Well, I did, and I made a mistake. And moving past that,
exactly.
She never really accepted that. But we got along again, and she asked me, like I said, to be the presidential pick. So, like I said, we were running, and again, she drops out on Monday. I couldn't believe it. I think it was Monday. Was it Monday that she left?
It was a day. That's all I remember.
Well, anyway,
it was Monday.
So she drops out.
Hate Monday. I had a goddamn math test and I only got a 95.
So she drops out and leaves these other candidates to run for president. We've got Georgian, who I didn't know was going to run. Who he said, I'm pretty sure he said he was going to run. So Georgian, Mayowa, who is my husband.
Trey.
Damn.
To all those people out there listening, Trey apologizes for being boring. If you're sleeping, wake up. Trey apologizes for being boring. Trey, get to the moral of the story.
Okay, I'm almost there. So, Mayowa. And then
Not almost there. You are there. Hurry up.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is myself and Max have been a great team. She's been by my side for many months now. And it's sad to see her go. I'm sad to see her go. And I hope that she can work out all of her family issues, all of her personal issues, and hopefully come back better than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
We miss you, Max. We miss you.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. So when I was back in January, February, a Mac noob, I said, how did Trump won? By attacking people. So I'm going to attack somebody. It was Noob Me, remember that. So I attacked the first person I had, who was, guess it, Max. She had made a law firm or stuff like that, And I going to attack somebody. It was Noob Me, remember that. So I attacked the first person I had. Why the heck I'm listening to myself, Evan?
Because you love
Evan,
listening to yourself.
For God's sake.
So, I attacked Max because she made a lobbyist firm. And then came the band thing, which I sided with Max. Because I thought, since Kelly was running for G1 Senate and Max was running for G1 Senate, it was kind of unfair, And, she was a month around then away. She had been banned, and then she came back, and then she became senator, and then we worked together as happy friends, and we became friends, and I honestly apologize for that stupid attack. But well, it was a long time ago.
So stupid.
She didn't even remember it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think.
It's almost.
Well, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna do my little story real quick.
Boo!
Trey,
Fake news. You are fake news.
Also,
You're fake news,
1%.
Shut up. You live in you live in New York. It's a lot of tambourine players in New York. So
Excuse me. I live in Louisiana.
Damn it.
all right,
Zach.
sure. To all my Mac News employees, if you're watching this, we're sorry for you not getting your
You're
paychecks
fired.
yesterday.
Hey, I'm on here. You know, Terrell, I haven't got my paycheck, and I'm gonna sue for that.
Yeah, you're gonna sue because I said I was delaying.
Join my channel instead. Or
Hey, you're gonna
Evan.
sue because I'm delaying your pay till Monday.
Evan.
Join the Daily Peach for your man.
Evan.
Yeah.
Well, you all didn't get paid.
Trey, PM me and we'll talk tonight.
Okay.
Okay, you all didn't get paid.
$200,000 a week.
Yes.
How much a week?
200,000.
That's a bribe. Wrong. Suing Evan. Wrong.
You ain't even got $200,000 to your name. Come on now.
Apparently, I'm a
Later on, it'll be surprising if you
the
got
hell did I
$100,000
drive my
to your name.
Bugatti Chiron to St. Louis?
Child, you rented that car.
I did not rent. I just used an Uber, and the Uber happened to be a Bugatti Chiron.
Okay,
Well,
yeah. So you didn't own it. Okay, so you wasn't even in the driver's
I
seat.
got the Uber Eats package. And
let me finish my story.
As you can see over here,
You're off topic.
Let me finish my story.
You're off topic.
So,
you're off
yeah,
topic.
you all will be getting paid Monday. But Max was Max.
I didn't say anything.
Max worked for Mac News.
I was saying it was turn.
Although she wasn't really that active on Mac News, she was still part of Mac
News. You guys never held any televised coverage.
Shut up, Trey. Shut up. Anyway, Max did a great job being on Mac News. She had the Daily Blast Live, which aired
only had one show because Terrell couldn't make any more because he's lazy.
No, I didn't make another one, Trey. You didn't even take the initiative to try to take over the show, Trey. So you have all people can't tell.
Why would I take over the show? Sam is also lazy.
Well, you're also part of Mac News, and you probably don't contribute as much as she did, though. So, anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's
Trey.
True.
Anyway, Trey, stop making this about yourself. Anyway, because that's all Max did. She made it about herself.
I always. Okay. Yeah. Well, I already said my goodbyes. So.
So farewell. I hope if you're listening out here, I hope you're okay. We're keeping you in the prayers. And this is Vice Chairman McCann. I'm out. Mic drop. Boom.
Guys, I now want to finish off. I want you to come hopefully tomorrow when we actually have the results in finalized. We can talk. For now, it appears the Proud George will become president. But we do not know.
According to the popular vote.
Rigged. So apparently,
Bigly.
This is a new future for Mac, and I am happy to see you. Good night, everyone.
It was China. It was rigged.